Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is Zach, you guys can call me Hazardous, and welcome back to another Call of Duty Black Ops 3 video. So guys, I just want to take a few minutes of your time to talk about the huge patch that came out for Call of Duty Black Ops 3 today, February 1st, 2016, and it is in regards to the Awakening DLC and stuff like that, the G-Slide patch, which I have some news for you guys in this video also. So I just want to start off. This article by Treyarch is absolutely massive, so if you do want to check out the entire article, you will be absolutely mind-blown. Please check the description of my video and you guys can see the article for yourselves, but I'm just going to mention a few things from the article because if not, this video would be like 20 minutes long, and that's just absolutely ridiculous for a news video. So I will be covering Specialists, the Creator class, score streaks, maps, game modes, and the weapons, what's going on in multiplayer. So basically, to start off with the Specialist, the Nomad got an increased rejack stand-up speed. The Reaper got an equalized footstep audio volume to the same audibility of other Specialists. So some people were complaining that the Reaper had very light metal footsteps when it was running, it would be like, but now it's very, very loud, which I guess I can't really complain about because that was annoying because it always sounded like the Reaper did have dead silence on, but I actually am kind of sad that they did that because I usually play as the Reaper character. Now people will be able to hear me a little bit easier. The Spectre also got a reduced leftover specialist power available if the player died while activating the Reaper, so they decreased to even less. So when you died, usually you lost about half of the Reaper, I guess, like XP that you could get towards it, but now maybe it got decreased even more. I'm gonna say about a quarter. You only have a quarter of the XP progress that you would have when you were about to activate the Reaper. So now moving on to the Creator class, there are some general things like fine-tune rapid fire effectiveness across all the weapons in the game. Now in terms of the submachine guns, all the submachine guns got a reduced sprint out speed. They've nerfed submachine guns once again. The VMP has had an issue fixed where a player could occasionally not show on the radar when firing. That's done. So the VMP will always show on the radar when you're firing now. Now moving on to the assault rifles, the XR2, the 3-burst weapon that you unlock, immediately had an increased ADS aim stability along with increased recoil control. The ICR has an increased ADS aim stability, and the Shiva also has an increased ADS aim stability. These shotguns like the Argus and KRM 262 both have increased lethal damage range. That's again, the Argus had an increased lethal damage range, and the KRM 262 also had an increased lethal damage range. Now the light machine guns, all the LMGs had a buff where you have an increased ADS aim stability, and the sniper rifles, the Locust got a buff where you have an increased ADS aim stability. In terms of the special secondary weapons, the brass knuckles now have an added spark effect when you bash your fists together for the brass knuckles taunt, so that's pretty cool. And the attachments, FMJ did somewhat get a nerf. Basically, people would use the PO6 sniper and safeguard and put on FMJ with it, and they would take down the robot in about 2 shots, but now that no longer works because FMJ no longer deals increased damage to the robot in safeguard, and FMJ no longer ignores the armor provided to the satellite drone carriers in uplink. So the armor that people have when they pick up the carrier ball in uplink, now FMJ won't take down their shields quicker than if you were just using a normal weapon. FMJ does not work for that anymore. And the awareness perk got a nerf, unfortunately, a reduced audible range bonus, so that kind of stinks. You can't sound whore as far anymore, so now you definitely want to use the crunch option for the audio. If you don't know how to do that, just go to options, go to audio, and then use Treyarch crunch as your audio option instead of normal or headphones or anything, and you can hear footsteps from further away. But now they got a nerf, so it's a little bit less, but that's still okay. The score streaks, some score streaks got buffed, some score streaks got fixed, and some score streaks also got nerfed. The Cerberus had an increased health of the dropship, an increased AI targeting speed, increased AI accuracy, and increased damage from the AI, along with an increased missile accuracy and increased missile projectile speed. So the Cerberus basically got buffed all around. Now it's going to be even better than it was before. The Hellstorm also had an increased damage radius along with an increased projectile speed of bomblets and an increased targeting radius. So now the Hellstorm basically has more of an explosive radius, so it can kill you from further away, and when you deploy the Hellstorm into like the 6 or 8 little bombs, or as they quote them here, bomblets, those hit the ground even faster than when they used to be able to before, and also the increased targeting radius is also a plus. So now the mothership has an increase to its health and it stays around longer, and the RAPS deploy ship has increased health, so you can't take it down with only 4 black cells like it used before. Maybe it's 5 now. Along with the Rolling Thunder, where an issue was fixed where the Rolling Thunder drone pushed through Geo, inflicting damage on players inside buildings. That's pretty weird, the fact that it could go through the building and blow you up. When they say geo, they mean geography, like geography of the map, in terms like if you're underground, if you're in a building, underwater, stuff like that. The Talon also had an issue addressed where the Hellstorm vision would show a Talon's final kill cam. I guess it wouldn't show up in the final kill cam. That's kind of odd. I didn't know about that, and I haven't experienced it myself. And also, the GI unit got an increased GI unit dropship flares by 2, along with increased health of the GI unit's dropship. And the GI unit got buffed to where the increased duration is now 90 seconds. I think it was 60 seconds before, so it got a 50% buff of the time, which is pretty cool. And the Hater, the HATR, basically the SR-71 Blackbird from the previous 2 Call of Duty Black Ops games, corrected the issue where the Hater no longer displayed enemies after the owner died. That kind of stinks, so I'm glad that that's fixed. A couple of maps got tweaked. Breach had adjusted geography at doorway of coalescence offices to ensure smooth traversal in that area of the map. Combine addressed an issue exploit where players were able to mantle atop a building to gain an unfair advantage against other players, so like a height advantage. And Hunted had an issue addressed where AI score streaks were able to track players through the lodge walls. And Nuketown, the GI unit got fine-tuned so it can traverse easier around the map, and updated the blue card profile to reduce poor engagements, and also tweaked unique domination and demolition cover objects to reduce poor engagements. So now I guess objects got moved around on the Nuketown DLC map. On Infection, there was an issue where players were able to get in unfair advantageous positions on 1 or 2 of the roofs, and those were fixed. And also lastly, Redwood fixed an issue where players were able to leave this play space near the southern gate. So guys, what this means for you is a bunch of things got buffed, a bunch of things got nerfed, and a bunch of issues and glitches got fixed within the game. I can dive into the arena and game mode fixes and custom game fixes, Codcaster, lobby invites, challenges, medals, the media tab. I could also talk about the black market, the theater, the store, the combat record, general gameplay, and just everything in general. But that is for you to check out on the article yourself, because it's not really too important things. I cover the meat of this article to bring you guys the news quickly. But you guys are welcome to take a look at everything you want, because you could view zombies, you could view the campaign. They fixed some stuff there, which I don't know why they even bothered to do that. But there are tons of things you could check out on the article if you feel like you need to get a full grasp of everything. I basically mentioned everything that will affect you in the multiplayer, and that's what's important. That is the news I like to bring, is multiplayer news. There's other people to do zombies and campaign news and stuff like that. So I hope you guys enjoyed. These are the full patch notes. Again, you can reference the article down below in the description to see, exactly what you're missing from this, and just anything that I didn't mention in case there is. And also, leave a like, subscribe if you're new. I'm looking for 10 likes this video. That would be absolutely insane, because this was an absolutely crazy article, and for me to report this back this quickly, I would appreciate the extra likes. So guys, thank you for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. I will catch you guys in another video. Adios, amigos.